Steve always loved playing pranks on others.
Wait, that wasn't me! I would never!
But his mischievous antics had long since left Debbie fuming with anger. Just then, Ethan, a trust fund heir, suddenly showed up. He bluntly declared that he was completely smitten with a girl like Debbie. The next day, Ethan invited everyone to his coming-of-age party. Everyone, that is, except Steve.
Wait, where's my invitation?
It turned out that Debbie had already gotten together with Ethan. She told Steve to his face that she had decided to break up with him. Steve made up his mind to get revenge on Ethan, vowing to ruin his birthday party. He had originally wanted to hire a team to help him, but he was strapped for cash and couldn't afford it at all. In the end, he had to team up with Roger and the gang to carry out the plan. At Ethan's birthday party, Ethan spotted Steve from a distance, yet he didn't kick him out. Taking advantage of the guests' distracted attention, Steve sneaked over to the pile of gifts and tapped one of the gift boxes. Sure enough, Lon Xiang was hiding inside. After that, Steve invited Debbie to dance. Debbie agreed reluctantly, and the two walked to the center of the dance floor to waltz. Meanwhile, Roger went to tell Ethan that someone was planning to steal his presents. Seeing this, Ethan kept one eye on Steve, who was dancing, and decided to stand guard by the gifts just to be safe. Just then, Barry turned the thermostat up to the maximum setting. The party guests instantly broke into a sweat from the sweltering heat. Debbie immediately turned around and invited Ethan to dance. Ethan glanced over and saw Steve casually munching on snacks. Helplessly, he had to agree to Debbie's invitation. Lon Xiang immediately climbed out of the gift box and lifted the vent cover in one swift move. As Ethan danced, he was lifted high into the air by the guests, but his eyes were still glued to the presents. It wasn't until he saw the vent cover being opened that he screamed at the top of his lungs.
It's happening! Let me down! They're stealing my presents! They're stealing my presents!
Steve curled the corners of his mouth in triumph. His real target all along had been the red envelopes full of cash that Ethan had received. Steve secretly rubbed a stain on Snot's clothes, forcing Snot to go outside to clean it off. Ethan suddenly realized that his red envelopes were gone, and immediately demanded to search Steve right away. But when he actually found the red envelopes in Steve's pockets, Debbie stepped forward to defend him.
This is a card saying that Steve Smith has paid for a tree to be planted in Israel in your name.
Ethan could never have imagined that his real red envelopes had already been taken out of the party venue long ago. This whole thing was an elaborate scheme masterminded by Steve, a scheme that not even his accomplices knew anything about. Just then, Snot came rushing back in a panic.
Hey, am I crazy? Or does this stain look like Elvez, the Mexican Elvis?
The cards! He stole them!